Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back into another lesson. So I was recently asked to do more Bluecoats stuff. All right, so I thought I'd have a go at doing something from this year's Bluecoats. So I thought I'd have a go at something that's kind of close to my heart, which is Ram95. Now, Ram95, as some of you mentioned in different comments I've seen, was that played by the Blue Devils? Well, yeah. Well, I marched Blue Devils 95, and Blue Devils 95, we did play Ram95. Now, I haven't got lots of memories back in those days, a long time ago now, but I do vividly remember going to the back of a parking lot at some point with Roger on his snare drum and Sean taking out an old set of BD 1990 tenors and Sean writing the tenor parts for that. So it's changed a little since Blue Devils did it. However, it's very similar. Now, I'm going to do my best to show you exactly what Bluecoats are doing this year, but bear in mind, I marched tenors with Blue Devils, so some of the parts are conflicting, but I'm pretty sure that we're close here. Any mistakes, I'm sure you guys will point them out, but it's quite a difficult one. There's a lot of notes in here, so I'm going to break it down really slow so that everybody can keep up. However, I'm going to do it over 3 parts. So this is going to be part 1. We're going to do the first third, and obviously second third, and then the final part. It's a fun exercise, so let's get straight in, I think. So first bar, we've got a pattern that. Well, this is the first bar. So I'm going to break that down. We start off with a invert. Well, that's easy enough. Then we've got this little pattern, which is kind of a switching hands pattern, which goes. So I simply put that together, and we get. Then we've got this nice little roll, which actually ends on the left-hand rim shot. Now we can think of this as 2 groupings of 3. So we've actually got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, roll, and a triplet out of that, right? Obviously it's not a triplet, but 3 strokes. So then putting that together, we get. So fairly simple. Then we end that with some 30-second notes with the hands. So that roll you played, or these singles, will be the same tempo as that. Second bar. We start this one off with some Swisses. So a tap, then 2 Swiss. Now that second note of the Swiss is the next downbeat. I think this might be easy to learn actually with a metronome in the background. So I'm going to put a slow. Yeah, that's perfect. So I've got 3, 4, 3, 4. Now that's the start of a tap roll, which ends with a rim, right? So we've got. Now this next section is interesting. We've got groupings of 7 16th notes, all right? So we've got the equivalent of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But over, how many counts are we looking at there? 1, 2, 3, 4 counts. No, 3.5 counts, I should say, right? But we've got an easy pattern here, right? It basically goes, so a puggader, right, left, left, and then 2. And we just do that twice in a row. The timing of that, well, it comes in on count 4. So I'll come in on one of these snare drums, so. And it's low. So if I play those 2 parts, I've got. No, let's play the whole top line so far. And where I've ended there, there's a pattern that's not really a rudiment, really. It's kind of a melody that goes. And obviously, those are rim shots. So left, right, left, right, right, left, right. So if I go from those 2 7s and then that, I get. So what you'll notice there's a double left in there. So I get the 7, another 7, which ended on my left hand, but but then another left. That can throw you a bit. Let's try the whole of that line, I think. So this is nice and slow. 3, 4. Just hold on to that again. 3, 4. Okay, I did an extra rim shot in there, right? But it's hard to play that one slow, so we're looking more of that tempo, all right? But remember, learn slow, get it good, and then you'll be able to play it fast. Next bar, we've got a whole bunch of paradiddles. We're going paradiddle, and then paradiddle diddle, and then the same released off the left hand. So paradiddle, paradiddle diddle, and then the third lot, paradiddle diddle, and then the release on the left hand at the end. So we get. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now that last note isn't the end of the bar, that's the last 16th note at the end of the bar, so 4, E and A. So if I put another note at the end, we're going to go, what's the last paradiddle? So it'll be left hand. So we're basically going like 4, A, 1. So that'll give us. Now this is a lot easier. Put a metronome on. In this case, I could probably put 16ths as well, so I can hear then at the end. 2, 3, 4. Nice. Next bar, we start with this little 5-stroke onto the rim shot. Fairly easy. Then we've got cheese chuddichers here. So I've got so cheese, flam, chuddichers, cheese, chud, cheese, chud. So that little lead in, and then the 2 cheeses. What's next? So then just 2 standard cheeses, switching hands, cheese inverts, and then a flam rim shot at the end. So we get 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, it's fast, right? Really, really fast. So at speed, you're going to keep that pretty low, and I'm kind of pressing it like this, right? You're going to have to check out what those Bluecoats guys do to keep that speed up, but it's fairly low, right? You're not going to be able to get very easily, all right? So keep that a little bit lower. Okay, let's try that section. So I've got. So you have feel, sorry, how that linked. It's kind of a tap 5, isn't it? Let's do that whole line with the paradiddles. Nice. Next one. So we've got a left-handed paradiddle, or flam paradiddle. Then we've got 2 tap 5s with a at the end. So left-handed paradiddle. Then we've got an interesting part here. We go from all these 16th notes and 32nd we've been doing into 16th note triplet. I'm going to play it as single strokes to start with, up so you can hear it. So feel the breaks kind of coming on there. Or we paradiddle, diddle, diddle that. Let's hear that. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now what they do is they backstick the first left of the paradiddle. So we go. 2, 3, 4. Last time. And the other thing that happens there is they go to the edge. So, it's quite a difficult one to keep in time that. Right, so next bar. I find this one a strange one to teach actually because there's not so many rudiments in it, it's more just a rhythm. So we've got this pattern that goes, let me get this right. So we get kind of an reverse invert. Then we get, this is obviously all at the edge, fairly quiet. And then the last part, little 5-stroke in there. And then a rim shot on the left hand to release, but then a quiet tap, start the next bar, right? So that's going to go. It's a lot easier this one with a Met. Two, three, four. 2, 3, 4. Now it's realistically a lot faster than that, obviously, so we're going to be like. But we're going to learn it slow. So if I link those two bars down from the paradiddle, I've got flam paradiddle, taps, the paradiddle coming down, straight into it like that. Right, next bit, we're going to do this with our left hand, and then bring it down, and bring it back up again, and our right hand's just going to go 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 knee under, 2 triplet. That was a bad way of saying it, wasn't it? 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 under, 4 triplet. Let's just do that with the Met. I'll change it now to probably quarter notes. 2, 3, 4. So da 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 da. And then we're back into the next section, alright? I'm going to leave that one on counting 8 notes. And we'll try the whole of that line. So I've got. And that's the whole of that. Next line then. And today is the final line, alright? So we start off with these two puggaders, puggada, but it's coming from the edge because we just played that part of the edge. And we're coming up to the rim shot. And then we've got an interesting rudiment coming up now, right? We're going to do, I haven't got a name for these actually. I've got another rudiment that I would put in a different position, but if there's a name for this, someone tell me, right? We've got these. Well, I've got hand triplets. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, but there's a flam on the last note. So 1 trip flam, 2 trip flam, 1 trip flam. So the third partial has got a flam on it. Then there's a second version of that where the first note, this note, now, we just diddle. And so there's 2 of each. Plus obviously in 16th notes. So we get. And a release on the end of that one. 2, bucket, 2, 3, 4. Now this next bar, the way it's written on the screen at the moment for you is the way that we used to interpret it when I was at Blue Devils, but I think they've changed this now a little bit. So instead of it being, I'll play it as written, so we get, where will I play it? So this is one of those parts where the tenor's played a different part of this, so this messes with my head a bit, right? But however, I think that the way Bluecoats are interpreting it now, which I actually prefer, is that they're making all the lefts the same. So rather than doing pugada and then change the 30-second notes, that speed, I think they're playing it all the same. So it's a bit more like, what would it be? However, that's something you're going to work out in the line. You're going to listen to whoever's in the middle of the line. If they're playing it a little bit more, you're going to copy that, all right? Or if they're playing it. So that'd be something that Roger would make a decision on. Have a listen to those tapes, see what you think they're playing, all right? So we've got, so 1, 2, then I've got basically a 2, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the way I'm thinking about it. So I'm going 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now there would normally be a release after that. So a left-hand release, which would go 2, 3, 4. However, what they've done is they've taken that release out, so nobody plays that release. And there's a solo in there. Now that solo is fairly easy, hard at the speed he plays it out, right? But fairly easy. We've got 2 hatters, so very quick, slow, very quick, slow. These guys, but if we put a left before it, we'd go left, very quick, slow, very quick, slow. If we think of that, but I'm going to hit the rim here, so. Then we put a double left at the end, then we get left, 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 left. A bit faster. Now what we do then is we take away that first left, that's gone, so it goes rest, rest, rest. Then we bring up all the lefts. And we rim shot the first 3. And then those last 2, we play quiet. Rest, rest, rest. Right. Then we play Paradiddle Diddles, 2 of them, and with a rim shot release. But just to make it a little more interesting, we've got, to the second Paradiddle Diddle, the accent's moved across by 1 note to the second partial. Paradiddle Diddle, Paradiddle Diddle, stop. Paradiddle Diddle, Paradiddle Diddle, stop. So that whole bar, rest. Try that with a Met. So, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm rushing that double left, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right, that's it. Right, that is you a third of the way through this piece. Break it all down, go nice and slow. What I'll do for you now is I'll do each line with the metronome slow. I might do some fast ones as well, so that you can really get this in your head. And you're going to find with this particular piece, it's kind of less about the order of the notes and more about memorizing the tune. So I'm in my head, I go like, rather than thinking of like invert, right, left, right, roll. Right, so you've got to get to that point. So take it slow until you can get it from start to where we just got to. So it's a tune, then speed it up. Right, let's try it. So this is, try this sort of speed, right? So top line. And again, 3, 4. Let's go second line, right? Second line. Ooh, that should end left hand plan. Right, next line, the left-handed paradiddle. Final line. Two, three, four. That's it, right? I'll have a go at playing it once a little bit faster. Let's try it here. One, whole bit. Go practice. You'll get it. You want to learn more of it? Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification button. You'll get a notification when I bring out the second video then. I'm going to do this in 3 parts. I'm pretty sure you'll be playing this real soon. So if you've got things you'd like me to teach you, stick it in the comments. I do read all the comments. Obviously at the moment I'm posting maybe weekly, that kind of often. At the moment I'm building my studio out in the other room. So once that's built, I'll be able to post a lot more stuff. I'll be able to get back on the drum, maybe get some tenor stuff going. So I look forward to that. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.